Hey everyone, and welcome back to another build showcase. Today we're actually going to be doing a Titan build showcase. I'm pretty excited about this, so let's jump right into it. Alright, starting off right now, it is a solar build case, so we're going to be using the Sunbreaker solar subclass for the Titan. Jumping in here with the abilities, we are going to be using the throwing hammer, and then we're going to be using the fusion grenade. Why are we using the fusion grenade? Because this build is surrounding the Ashen Wake gauntlets, which, if you didn't know, improves your fusion grenades. They gain increased throw speed, they explode on impact, and they will stun unstoppable champions. Final blows with the fusion grenades also grant grenade energy. So, we're going to be throwing a lot of grenades, which also means we're going to want a high grenade stat. But we'll get into that a little bit later. Moving on to our aspects, we're going to be using Sol Invictus. Sol Invictus overall is just a very strong aspect. Basically, our solar ability final blows, Hammer of Soul impacts, and defeating scorched targets will create a sunspot. Inside of that sunspot, our abilities are going to regenerate faster, and our super is going to drain slower when we're in them. The sunspots also apply Scorch and deal damage to targets inside of them. Entering a sunspot applies restoration. It's just overall a fantastic aspect. Pretty much every solar build, you're going to be using this thing because of how strong it is. And with the amount of fusion grenades we're going to be throwing out, we're going to be creating a lot of sunspots. Now, our second aspect, we're going to be using Roaring Flames. Reason for this is final blows with solar abilities or ignitions increase the damage of our solar abilities, and this stacks up to 3 times, which means we're pretty much going to be one-shotting everything with our fusion grenades aside from the toughest enemies. It's going to be really big. Moving right along to our fragments, we are going to be using Ember of Searing. Defeating scorched targets creates a fire sprite. Fire sprites overall are just very good. When they picked up, they grant grenade energy, giving us our fusion grenade back faster. Now we're also going to be using Ember of Ashes. Ember of Ashes will apply more scorch stacks to targets, which means we're going to be able to create more ignitions. Ember of Char is our next fragment. For this, our solar ignitions will also spread scorch to the affected targets. Again, that plus Ember of Ashes, so much more scorch, so much more ignitions. It's just going to continue to chain and play off of each other. And finally, Emperor of Empyrean, or Empyrean. Solar weapon and ability final blows extend the duration of restoration and radiant. What's not to like about this, you know? Just keep yourself stronger all the time. If you're enjoying this, make sure you leave a like down below and comment any builds that you want to see me do. Also, don't forget, subscribe. Then you won't miss any more of these awesome build showcases. Moving on to our armor and our mods. For our armor, we're going to want a high grenade and high super stat. Now, I don't have the best armor for this build as of yet because I don't have a lot of super focused armor stat on this character, so we're going to be supplementing it a little bit. Same with the grenade stat. It's not as high as I want, so I had to throw literally everything into increasing my grenade stat. And that's okay. We've got it up over 100. If you have armor that's more focused on grenade, that's even better. But I don't yet for my Titan. Now, for our helmet, our mods currently stand as a grenade mod to increase our grenade stat. We have a harmonic siphon. And then this is what I'm talking about when I say we're going to augment our super a little bit. I am running a super font, which when I have an armor charge on, it will increase my super stat. And finally, we have Ashes to Assets. Ashes to Assets grant us bonus super energy on kill. Very good just to getting more super energy up as fast as possible. Now, moving on to our featured exotic for this build. It's not featured in the actual game, but it is the featured exotic for this build. The grenade mod, number 1, and then we've got 2 firepower mods Firepower will grant us orbs of power on grenade kills. We want this. We're going to be getting a lot of grenade kills. We're going to be getting a lot of orbs of power that will keep our armor charge up. That will also give us our super faster. And then I had an extra point, so I threw on a fastball. If you have the ability to, say you have tier 5 armor, or I guess it wouldn't apply necessarily to this, if you're able to not have to have a grenade mod on here or a mod in this slot at all, then you would throw on another firepower instead of this fastball. I throw on a fastball because that's what I had the space to do. Moving on to our chest armor. Our chest armor, again, we have a grenade mod, and then I have a harmonic resistance. 2 harmonic resistance. We'll change that to whatever the threat is of the activity that we're doing. We'll change it to whatever it happens to be. And then I have a concussive dampener. Concussive dampeners are always good just because they reduce the area of effect damage that you'll be taking. On our legs, we have another grenade mod, and then we have 2 innervation mods to give us more grenade energy anytime we pick up a orb of power, and then a solar weapon surge. Because this is a solar heavy build, you do want to be using solar weapons every chance you get. And last but not least, our mark. And on our mark, we have another grenade mod. I have powerful attraction just so that we can suck all those orbs to us whenever we can. I have a Reaper mod because anytime I'm going to be using my class ability, it's going to give me a orb of power on my weapon final blow. And I might actually change this. So ideally, you would want to take powerful attraction, a Reaper mod, and time dilation. I don't have enough slots for that because this is only a tier 2 piece of armor. If I had a tier 5 piece of armor, I might be able to get away with taking that, but I think I'm going to change this Reaper mod for a time dilation mod. Now, the reason for that is time dilation increases my armor charge time limit, which means I will have that super font up a lot longer, which I think is going to be better in the long run. I could be wrong. It could be good just to take another Reaper or take a Reaper charge instead, but we're going to give this a shot. And then last but not least, we've got the bomber, which just reduces our grenade cooldown every time we use our class ability, which is always great. And finally, on to our weapons. Like I said, we will want to use solar weapons, so I'm using a Yeartide Apex submachine gun. It does have the Demolitionist on it, which is a fantastic mod to help create more grenade energy. So if you're finding that you don't have a lot of ways to get grenade energy on there, find a gun that has Demolitionist, throw it on there. It will help. And then I have Incandescent just to create some more explosions and get Scorch going on other targets. And then we're also using a solar machine gun in our heavy slot. Now, to test this build, we are going to be doing a solo ops grandmaster at 420 power. I am at a 40 power deficit, so keep that in mind when watching this. Things are going to not die as quickly because of that power deficit. If you're on power or closer to it, it's going to be a lot better. Starting off here, we're just going to go ahead and take things out as quick as possible. Start off, we're going to get our grenade flowing. Pop this. We need to go pick up our hammer so we can throw that again. Hit another grenade in there. These rage guys are coming in on this. Is how quickly you can just annihilate some of the enemies. So we're going to go through here and we're going to head over to the next area. I didn't realize I needed weapon kills. That is unfortunate for this build, as we don't really get a lot of weapon kills, but we can show off here that you can get a lot of weapon kills with it and still be just fine. And it will work just as well because you'll still be creating sunspots due to your solar explosions. Go ahead and get that guy though. And then we're gonna go here. we're gonna blow these guys up and just not worry about these two overloads. All right, now we can start getting some kills here. Oh, I guess I missed it. So we're gonna stand in the sunspot, get our abilities back quick. I didn't realize I missed him on one of them. Alright. You can see how strong these sunspots are. I mean, just being able to stand in it and just get my melee back in like a second or two is huge. He's gonna appear right here. We're gonna hit him. We're gonna hit him. We're gonna hit him again. We need some actual enemies to show up so that we can get our sunspots going, but it seems like they just want us to beat them down this way, and that's okay. And see, that's the hard part, and what I really dislike about imps. I do not like the enemy class imps. They're very annoying. Very, very annoying. Now we can just ult and bop, 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 bop. He is not taking a lot of damage from this, which is unfortunate. However, not to worry, because we just smack him and he's dead. And we get the time bonus and we get an A+ reward. Well, not A+, but A reward. And there we go. That is how strong this build is. We're 40 power under, and we were able to kill everything almost one shot with the grenade. And melees makes it so easy and so nice to just get through these. You have almost permanent healing, permanent damage boost, and you just basically get to push your grenade and melee button over and over and over and over and over again and just have a grand old time. Now, if you enjoyed this, if this video helped you, make sure you leave a like and subscription down below. Comment any builds you want me to cover in the near future. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Peace.